Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good. I thought I would jump on here for a little bit because obviously last game of the season we beat Everton 2-1, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to win the league and Man City are champions. So first of all, I will congratulate them on winning the league. Yeah, I think a lot of us I didn't expect us to win it after, losing points to Villa. So yeah, I think, West Ham obviously got a goal back, which was an incredible goal, which was 2-1. So I think at that point I was having a bit of hope that something could happen, but it is football. I'm not surprised. I don't feel heartbroken because I kind of expected it to happen. I think I feel very proud of the team with how far we've come this season. We've done amazing, and to get this far, 2 points behind Man City is incredible. Um, hey Phil, I hope you're okay, and I hope you enjoyed that win. But yeah, it was very difficult type of game. I thought against Everton. I think it is always tough at the end of the season because I think the team could hear from the fans. When West Ham scored, we scored not long after that. Tomiyasu equalised, so you could really see the team felt lifted up by that. Um, I do think the crowd probably did affect the team because it was hard to tell when someone scored. So yeah, I think obviously it was tough for the players. It's a difficult game, isn't it? But I think they should be proud of how far they've come this season because I feel more proud than disappointed this season. Um, Last season I would say I felt more disappointed, but I think there's a lot to be proud of about this season. I do feel very encouraged by how things have gone. I spent this afternoon out on the moped riding around. Yeah, just wanted to get away from it. Yeah, it is hard because I was in two minds whether or not to do something else or just watch it. It is really tough, to be honest with you. It's the hope that kills you. I think when West Ham scored, I was more worried about our performance because we didn't score either. We only equalised we only won it. I mean, in like the 89th minute. So I think for me, yeah, it wasn't a really good performance, but it's the end of the season. It is what it is. We've ended on a high note, haven't we? A positive note. We've won a game. Havertz obviously scored. I think when Havertz scored, he didn't even celebrate. I looked at it and I thought, was it offside because he didn't celebrate? And I thought it just shows you the mentality of him, and he's a winner. He wants to win things, and him scoring didn't mean much, did it? Ultimately, we've took them to the end, but we haven't won it. So I think it shows you how much he wants to win here at Arsenal. The hope that kills you, and it's been crazy since the Villa game, and still so incredibly proud of the team. Yeah, listen, we can be so proud of the team, can't we? Because it feels like a really important, season for us. I think next season we'll definitely win the league. I think we've got to go a step further. Last season, I think we were like 5 points behind Man City, and now we've gone to two. So I see us getting closer and closer to Man City. And Man City obviously have such a high standard, and it is tough to compete with them. They're so good, so incredible at what they do. Phil Foden obviously won Player of the Season, and he has been amazing all season. And he does deserve that. So yeah, it has been a tough end to season. Though the players will be obviously not feeling great. They'll want to win the league, won't they? So for them, it's going to be devastating to take. But I do, like I said, I do feel really proud, really happy. And yeah, I think we are going in the right direction. You can see improvements this season. And also, Timber came back. I was really happy to see him today. I was surprised that he actually got about 20 minutes. Like, I didn't expect him to get any minutes personally. Really refreshing to see him start. Really happy to see him return, and he wasn't afraid to get stuck in. He got in with a few good tackles there, and I thought it was a really good performance from him. Really exciting future for him at Arsenal. So, and Smith Rowe as well hit the crossbar. Smith Rowe did well. So, there are positives from that game, and I hope this summer's going to be huge for us for next season. For me, I want us to keep Smith Rowe because I think, he can only get better, and I want to see him play more. So we've got to just hope, he will, play a lot more. Hey, Wookie Cookie, hope you're okay. Phil says the boys will want it so much. I reckon we'll have an epic season. I mean, last season, I think We did like a bit of experience as well. I think we had more experience this time round, and obviously, we're going to extend people's contracts. We're going to bring in even better players. So I can only see us going from strength to strength, really, next season. Hey, Victor, I hope you are all right. I hope you did enjoy that game as much as I did. Got that win, obviously, but it was a bit. It kind of felt like it wasn't for anything because we knew Man City were going to win. Delighted for Timber. Yeah, definitely really, really happy to see Timber, get an opportunity to start for 20 minutes. It was really positive to see. I was really delighted for him. How can I expect West Ham to lose and still be gutted? Yeah, it's the hope it kills you. You can't help as a fan to believe, when West Ham scored that great goal, I just had this a bit of faith in me. I had more faith in them. I just think because we weren't scoring and the goal difference was literally the same, I was panicking. But you know what? We took them down all the way to the end, so we can be proud of that. Hey Paul, I hope you're okay. Big up Sophie, hope you're doing well. I'm really good, thank you. I hope you are too. Yeah, it's this is really important because we'll look back on the season and we might think which games would we reflect on that we could have won. The Villa game was definitely a big moment. A lot of people have said this, and I do agree. I think the Fulham game I look at and I think, you know what, we should be beating them. We should be beating West Ham and Spurs. So I think the Villa game, I do look at that and think Villa are a great side this season. They're getting top four to be in Champions League next season. Like, they're not an easy team. I know they did get beaten by Crystal Palace like 5-0 today, but Fulham, we should have beaten them. That's the game where I think we will look back on and think we should have won that. Paul says it was a Villa game and others also that costed Arsenal the title. Yeah, these fine margins really cost us, and you can't afford to lose in these type of games. Fulham at home, they had 10 men. Yeah, that game was shocking. It was so disappointing how we weren't able to win that. I was so yeah, I just felt very annoyed at that game. That one frustrated me the most, to be honest. Hey Ross, hope you're okay. Lovely to see you in here. Hope you enjoyed the season. This year. Obviously devastating not to win anything this season, but we know how far we've come with, Arteta, and there feels a lot to be positive about. I think when Man City have better, points above us, they're never going to drop points, are they? Really, I think we all know that. But it's the hope it does kill you, isn't it? In the end, we have lost one game in 2024. That's the brutal reality of elite sport. Yeah, you make a great point there because we've won so much in this year, obviously, like you said, and Man City have demanded such a high standard, and that's definitely improved us as a team. And I always do say, you won't always win every game, and that's part of football. You learn from that. But the fact we're able to, not lose and do so well in these moments, shows the mentality's changed, shows that we're getting a lot better. And next season, definitely think we'll win the league, hopefully. But yeah, I feel more positive about this time round because last season I did feel like we gave up a bit. You could see that the players look exhausted, fatigued. Mentally, they couldn't do it to the end. So I do feel like this season I feel more proud because we took it to the end. Yes, it's 2 points difference, which is frustrating, but you can be so proud of how that's gone for the team. And I hope they're proud of themselves as well because next season I do believe we're going to go on to bigger things as well. Hey Des, hope you're okay. Hard to see how we will ever do these now. Not great today, I guess. Subconsciously, all they knew City wouldn't lose. I think that game was definitely on their mind. I know the fans, when they cheered, that obviously was their signal to say West Ham have scored. So I think when we weren't cheering, the crowd was like, you could really tell the differences. So yeah, I do definitely think it had an impact. But we got the win. I think if we drew, I wouldn't have felt much either. I think what we haven't won. It's definitely disappointed to take. I think we'll reflect on this now and just have this time to. I think the players need a rest as well. Have this time to reflect and see what we can do better next season. The future is bright, definitely. I think we all feel positive about everything that's happened at Arsenal. And Phil says, so looking forward to getting away from the footy, emotional recharge. Yeah, do you know what? It's exhausting, isn't it? Because the last few weeks we've been really hoping staying positive, hoping that Man City would drop points. And it is mentally exhausting. It's difficult to take. So I think we need the breakers and just as much as the players. And can Pep politely jog on? Do you know what? I do wonder how long he's staying here for, because he's won so many titles. He's won the Champions League. He's won the FA Cup so many times. Like, what else is there for him to do? Like, can he just leave? Yeah, I think, yeah, when he leaves, that'll be great. Obviously, as well, it's Klopp's final game now. He's leaving as well. It's going to be quite strange not watching him on the sidelines for Liverpool. Yeah, it's quite strange, not having him here anymore in the Premier League. So, yeah, a lot of managers leaving as well. The Zerbi's leaving as well. Moyes is leaving. So, it's going to be really big next season. Not long till Euros, where I can go through all. Yeah, exactly. We'll go through all the pains, the highs and lows together again. Today showed why we still need an out and out striker. Yeah, I think we do need a striker. I think as well today, I just think because Man City were winning, I do think that put a damper on the mood of the team. I think it did affect them. I think you could clearly see they did feel a bit deflated with, that the result of Man City winning. It is hard to take. I know the team were really hopeful we could obviously do it, win the league, but you know what I always say, it wasn't meant to be. If it wasn't meant to be, what will be will be. So fingers crossed, this time next year we'll have won the league. And why we need a backup and competition for Saka. Yeah, I mean obviously Saka was injured today, and I did miss him. I know people have criticised him this season. He's not obviously had the best season, but I do think he's our star boy, isn't he? He's so amazing, and I think next season, it'd be good to give him a rest as well. And yeah, I think it would be, a really positive thing for someone else to come in, compete with him, like Zinchenko did with Tierney. I think it'd be really good, wouldn't it? I'm hopeful that will happen. I mean, we're going to have a big summer, aren't we? I think for me, the last few weeks, I've been looking at Partey, and I do think I would be happy for him to move on now. I think his performance recently hasn't been good enough. Personally, I think Jorginho gives us that stability a bit more, that calmness, with Rice in that midfield. So I definitely think the midfield position is something that we do need to improve on as well. With Declan Rice, someone there to really help him out. But yeah, I think the striker position is going to be important. I mean, Ramsdale's been linked to Newcastle as well, so we'd have to bring a second choice goalkeeper. So, yeah, going to be interesting to see the ingoings, outgoings of the season. What do you make of the Rami to Newcastle rumour? I mean, do you know what? I saw Ramsdale tweet something, and he said something like, "This is news to me." So he's clearly surprised by this rumour. So I don't know if it would happen, but I'm all for it personally, because I would love to see him as the number one for England. I do love Ramsdale. I think he's an amazing character. I think he's very talented too. So yeah, I'd be more than happy to, see him get that chance to go for it. Yeah, I think Newcastle would be a good team to go to. Obviously, he played with Eddie Howe before. He's got that experience with him. He gets on well with him, and it makes sense. I can just see it fitting well. But I think for us, we would have to bring a second choice goalkeeper in, and I don't know which second choice we would bring in. Yeah, I mean, I think Ramsdale would be an improvement on Nick Pope personally. I think Nick Pope's a good goalkeeper, but I just think Ramsdale's very good. Didn't know how much money we would get for Ramsdale either, but yeah, I do see Ramsdale leaving this summer. Happy if he stayed, but he doesn't have a place. So yeah, it's obviously yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Ramsdale left, to be honest. I mean, Smith Rowe's another one. What will happen with him? Will he stay? I hope he stays. I'd love to see Smith Rowe still be part of our future, even for another season. Because he's not had much game time due to injury, but when we saw him come on today, I thought he did a really good job. So yeah, it's more of the fact we've not seen enough of these players. But we've got players like Reece Nelson, Fabio Vieira, I know players from Luna, Conga, Tavares, like we'll probably move them on. So it's going to be a big summer for us, Nketiah as well. It's if it's 15 million like reported, then we suck at selling players yet. That doesn't seem enough for me. I think if we did sell Ramsdale, I think I'd probably want to do like maybe 30, 35 million. I think 30 million would be good actually. I think 15 is too low, definitely. It's close to me who is England's number one, Pope or Ramsdale. I think when Ramsdale have his confidence back up, I think he'll definitely pick I think he has potential to be at number one, but I think when he's lacking that confidence, like he has done in recent games, because he's not been getting played. I think when he plays for a team, consistently, we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see the best of him, and hopefully he will be number one. Yeah, I definitely agree. 30, yeah, definitely. I think that would be a good price. I do think 15 million is a bit low, but don't know. I hope that isn't the case because it's quite low, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's gonna be not £30. Yeah, I know what you mean, Phil. Don't worry. I think definitely. I think it's gonna be a big summer. I'm excited for summer. Just to see what happens. I mean, I do feel quite positive about the future, and I know when I've done videos with people, I've asked them about who should we sign. I mean, striker, like I said, big position. I think the midfield's definitely up there. But I think Raya will obviously come back next season. I know he's been on loan, but we'll definitely expect him back. Ramsey will get a hero's welcome next season upon his return. Best of luck to him and his family. Should be more like 50 million. Yeah, I do think 15 would be too low. I'd probably say 30, 35 million I'd expect. But yeah, I think Ramsey will always be respected and loved by the fans, which is, he's always done amazing things for us. We've got nothing but love for him in return. So yeah, it's going to be interesting next season. I mean, I've said to people and shows that winning something next season should be a big priority of ours. We've got to definitely do it. I think it's going to be important. I mean, I love an FA Cup. I mean, the thing is with League Cups, people view it differently. It's a trophy, I'm happy to win a trophy. But I think, the Champions League, let's try and get a bit further to semi-finals or even the final. FA Cups, we should win. But the league again, we've got to go another step further, try and overtake Man City. It is hard, it will be tough, but I think you've got to believe, haven't you? I definitely think we need to believe that we can do it next season. I'm hopeful we can. I think we've got the team, and obviously you saw Timber, he'll be back next season. Hopefully, he'll be starting quite a lot. Do we want an old backup or young one? Then Conor Fryer. You know what? Someone mentioned the other day, David De Gea. I would love to have him as a backup, but then I don't think he'd want to be. I think he's good enough to be a player in the starting 11. Um, but yeah, I think it's such a difficult question because I'm quite open to having a young goalkeeper coming through, but I'm also happy having someone like Chesney, like an experienced goalkeeper that's played for us, or just an experienced goalkeeper that could step in. But Ray obviously doesn't get injured much, but I know you will have the odd break, where he doesn't play. Interesting one. I'm going to be interested to see who would you bring in if Ramsdale does leave. It's going to be a big summer for us, definitely. I'm really looking forward to our future. De Gea is a clown, just not been able to get a club since last summer. There must have been issues. I really like De Gea. Last season for United, he was incredible, but I know he's not really played much, so yeah, I definitely agree with this comment. He has been amazing for Man City since Ederson's been injured. He's stepped up massively. So, he'd be a great one. Yeah, we need two of him, one for Man City, one for Arsenal. But yeah, definitely, it'd be interesting to see how long Pep does actually stay at Man City for, because we've seen him. He's been here for a long time, like Klopp. I mean, Klopp leaving did surprise me, but then when you think about it, he's exhausted. He's been there for a while. He deserves to have time with his family, his friends, and take a break from that. So, with Pep. I mean, I'd love Pep to be England manager. That would be amazing. That's the only time I would be supporting Pep. But yeah, obviously, like we mentioned before, a big summer as well for the Euros, which I'll be doing content on, definitely. I'll be doing videos on that. Hopefully, England can win. Hopefully, like Ruby Cookie said, we won't have to deal with much heartbreak at all, because I mean, the season's been a very good season. I think I'd rate the season. I think I'd give it like an 8.5. I'm being really happy with how the season's gone. Obviously, if you'd won the league, that'd be up to a 10, 11 out of 10. They've been very good, but I think we can be happy. Be proud of this performances throughout the season. This year we've done really good. We've won so many games, and that mentality has obviously improved. So, yeah. How did Liverpool fans do this year in year out? Yeah, no, I don't know how they did that. It's quite stressful, isn't it? You know what? I never used to mind Man City. I'd always want Man City to beat Liverpool. I used to, and now I understand why people don't like Man City, like why people find Man City frustrating. Yeah, I think it's a different experience. You know, we're going to go head to head with Man City in a few years, so it's hard to say, how long Pep will be here for, but I still think Man City will be up there whether Pep's here, whether Pep leaves. So, yeah, we're going to have to compete with them for a very long time. Southgate's such a clown. I'm not sure I can be bothered. It's really weird because you look at a team, like, look at the squad we have, England players in the Premier League. We have probably got one of the best squads in the world. It's a joke, the team we have. So what I don't get is like, why are we underperforming? We need to be winning that Euros final this time around. And it's going to be weird because I really hope Kane isn't a curse like he was last time. Like last time, Kane literally, for Bayern, he's been a curse. So it'd be good to see Kane win a trophy. For England. Hopefully, England can win something. I've got a Leicester fan in the building. Hey Rennie. Hey, how are you? I'm a Leicester fan here. I'm all good, thank you. As Rookie Cookie said, we'll definitely see you next season. Be very interesting to see how you'll get on back in the Premier League. Yeah, I think you'll be do good next season. Excited to see you guys come back. Um, he picks Maguire and Pickford, yeah. So to be honest with you, when Pickford and Maguire play for England, they're a different breed. Like they're so much better than they are usually for their own team. Wiki Cookie said predicted the Euros and got England versus France in the semis. That would be so stressful. No, I couldn't deal with that. I want just to get to the final and hopefully it will go smooth sailing, fingers crossed. But yeah, interesting summer for us, for England. Hopefully, we'll do well. Enzo will be good and yeah, I think yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting. I'm excited next season, to be honest. They shouldn't be anywhere near the squad. Yeah, I mean, I remember Henderson was in the squad, and I just think, like, yeah, he's a legend of football in Liverpool, but now there's other players you could bring in instead of him. So I do think, yeah, I think he's a bit old fashioned with players he's obviously had and brought in. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. With that whole situation with the summer. But yeah, I'm excited. I think I feel okay, about how our season's gone. I don't feel as bad as I did last season, but yeah, we've got to stay positive, enjoy the good times as Arsenal fans, enjoy, get through the highs and lows together. I've really enjoyed being in the Champions League this season. I think that's probably been my highlight. Not being in it for such a long time and to be able to be in it again is obviously such an amazing feeling. And yeah, I do feel, like next season we can go a step further, semi-finals, even get to a final. I believe in this team, I know it's Southgate, but surely he ain't. Yeah, there's players that you just wouldn't take. I mean, Ben White, obviously, I'd love him to go, but he's obviously not really wanting to be part of the England team. I don't blame him, to be honest with you, because yeah, Southgate didn't get the most out of him. But I love Southgate as a person, but I just feel as though, yeah, we need to win something this time, don't we? Um, Des has said it's a bad time, unfortunately, to have such a great team just like Liverpool. They should have had a few more titles. I'm losing hope because the cards are stacked and nothing is being done about it. Yeah, you look at Klopp's, time at Liverpool. I don't know every single thing he's won, but I know that he's won a few FA Cups, probably a few Community Shields, a Champions League, but I'm pretty sure he's only won like a league title. When you think about it, would have been nice for him to win a few more, because he's such a legend of football, isn't he? So it's hard to compete with Man City. It's also, it almost feels, yeah, one league title. It almost feels impossible to compete with them. Like they're just too perfect, and they have all this money that we don't have, and Liverpool don't have. So it's definitely tough. Shaw's been injured for months and still isn't playing. Yeah, I doubt he will be playing. When he says Enzo will do good against Pep. Yeah, I think next season is going to be great for players. Especially him. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing teams that come up from the Championship as well. Obviously, we see Luton go down, Sheffield United and Burnley. I do feel bad for Luton because they did do good. Burnley and Sheffield United, we weren't surprised by that because they did struggle this season in the Premier League. Yeah, I'm really excited to see who will come up with Leicester, so it's going to be exciting next season. Hopefully we can win something. I'd be very happy if we did. That would be absolutely amazing. Um, yeah, me too. Um, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. England never win Euros 2024. I mean, I don't expect us to win it, but I hope we can. Yeah, I just want to feel this connection between England because we've got these amazing players. Rice, Bellingham, like Saka, Foden, like we need to be winning things. These players are absolutely incredible. We've got such a talented group of players. So I think definitely we need to win a few things with England in the future. But I know a lot of people aren't really a big fan of Southgate and they don't believe he will win us stuff. But I think now the season's over, I think it's good for us to reflect on things, have a break, like Phil said. It's nice to just do other things now and switch off. I think, the players need a break, but we need to break as fans because we emotionally go through everything they go through as well as players. So I think for us, it's dead important that we, reflect on the season, have a little rest, ready for the Euros, but then back again for the season in August. And there'll be pre-season games that we can watch, which I always do like watching. Hey there, hope you're okay, Hawk. It wasn't meant to be, Sophie. The Villa game done us. Yeah, the Villa game definitely was one of those ones where it did affect us. We can't deny that. It was one of those games, wasn't it, where we could have done better. Um, Let's go, man. We secured Europe. Hope United don't win the cup. Yeah, big congratulations. Newcastle have obviously faced a lot of injuries this season, but you guys have managed to come out stronger and do really well. Commiserations to you, Sophie. Did your best, but all the best next season. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, definitely. I think we could just do. I think we did all we could at the end of the season, and it wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. Yeah, I do remember that. Vardy in that season as well was so incredible. I think it's still incredible that they actually won Leicester and won the league that season. I think that's what dreams are made of. Anything can happen. Yeah, we wish you the best of luck. I definitely echo what Wookie Cookie said there. Champions League final, then only 15 days till Euros. I need a rest. Do you know what? When it's football that doesn't involve Arsenal, I can relax a bit. But I think when it's like a team you support, you're kind of heavily involved with it and you do need a bit of a break. So we can breathe. I'm looking forward to both the Women's Champions League final and the Men's Champions League final. I think it's going to be so exciting. Yeah, definitely a good end of the season for Newcastle. But yeah, the cup final, I think cup final would be good between Man City United. It's really strange because I don't want Man City winning anything else, but then I wouldn't want. I'm not going to support United. It's really horrible. Like, which team would you guys? I don't know. Like, I feel tired of Man City dominating things, but then I couldn't bear United winning anything. Like, it's such an awful position to be. Big up to Martinelli and Gabriel being called up for Brazil Copa America squad. Yeah, definitely. Really excited for them. Good to see Martinelli as well. Brenny says, now we are in the Premier League next season. My aim is top six. Yeah, I think next season, Leicester have got that experience of being in the Premier League. So, I think you'll do well next season. I am feeling quite hopeful about it. I think you guys will do really well, to be fair. I think, it's going to be exciting time to see you guys back. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. Unlucky Bessie just can't compete with this. Yeah, this City team is too good. It's like out of this world, isn't it? It is hard to compete with them. They're just too good. I don't know how you cope following two teams, but even I was annoyed when Chelsea won the league. Can't stand the manager. Do you know what? It's so hard following both Arsenal because the women's team haven't had the best season, and the men's team have obviously done really well, but we've not won anything. is difficult. It is quite exhausting. It can be at times. But you know what? We do it because we love Arsenal, and yeah, hopefully both men and women's team can obviously win the league next season, and you know it can be very positive. Great season. I'm confident for the next one. Yeah, we do. I think the ending feeling of this season is that next season is going to be even better. Yeah, it feels very positive, doesn't it? Yeah, I feel like we're in a really good place. Our squad's good. We've got a young squad. We've got a lot of experience in the team. So, yeah, I feel like I feel really positive about the environment, the culture at Arsenal, and I think as fans we believe that's what we've wanted to do really. 5-1 to do, yeah. Chelsea next season's gonna we need to stop amazing Chelsea. It's not heartbreak for Arsenal, it's heartbreak for 25 Premier League clubs, excluding Arsenal and Liverpool, who fought to stop Man City, unlike the 25 clubs who threw. Yeah, it's hard to compete with Man City, isn't it? Let's be real. They're just too good, aren't they? They're out of this world with everything that they're doing. Yeah, they do set the standard, but like they never lose. They win so many games, so it's kind of like an unrealistic expectation. It's really difficult to compete with them, isn't it? It is hard. Yeah, it it's really tough, really, to win all the time. But I think this City side has made this Arsenal side a lot stronger. Our mentality is a lot stronger, and we're winning even more. Yeah, trust the process. Definitely, we're going in the right direction. Imagine if we win the Premier League title again. Yeah, we would be surprised to beat that Man City side. You would be amazing. The Europa League, didn't expect that after 5-0 loss. Yeah, I think with Chelsea getting Europa League is obviously really important for them and their development. Yeah, I think the end of the season, you just have to get these wins, and you never know what can happen. Yeah, Phil, but one more season. Yeah, I think I'm really excited next season. I know it's like this season's just ended, but I do feel quite positive about what's next. What other teams as well, Leicester coming up, how they're going to do. It's going to be really exciting to see that and to see what's going to happen then. Yeah, I think we're in a good place, aren't we? As Leicester doing good. Yeah, Phil, but for one more season. I mean, it'd be good to see Leicester win the league next season. I hope we can do it, but yeah, it's definitely a big stepping stone for them winning it a few seasons back. Um, Fair enough. Yeah, I think it's exciting next season. I think depends on the summer as well who we do bring in. I think that's another factor. Definitely. I'm going to stay on here for maybe 10 more minutes, guys. So please do fire in your questions if you want to ask me any, and I'll happily answer them. And I will, yeah, answer them away, chat with you guys for a little bit longer. And please do, if you're watching this, smash the like button for me. Do subscribe to my channel if you're new here. As I think a few of you have come in that don't usually come in, so it's obviously lovely to see you here. Yeah, that'd be the dream. I'd love him at Arsenal. I think that'd be amazing. I mean, he is leaving PSG. I do expect him to go to Madrid, to be honest with you. I don't think he'd come to us. I miss Wes Farmer at Leicester. Yeah, I really liked him. I think he was a really good player, to be fair. Yeah, he had that talent, didn't he? Yeah, Leicester definitely have an exciting season. Next year. I think a lot of teams do. But like I just said, I'm excited to see who does, come up. It's going to be really exciting to see that. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to next season, see what it brings. But Man City yeah, next season they're going to be even better. They're going to be hard to compete with. It feels like it's unrealistic to compete with Man City every season. It's quite exhausting as well. He is the only player who could fill Henri's boots. Yeah, I think the closest player from when I've supported Arsenal to Henri was Alexis Sanchez. I thought he would do that, but yeah, we weren't ever going to win anything at that time. I think imagine if we had a Sanchez now, we'd be winning things. Yeah, I think it's going to be. You know what? It's going to be exciting to see. We just need an Henri. We need our own Henri. We definitely do. I'm really hoping that we can have our own Henri one day. because we do need one. I did think Jesus would be our Henri, but I don't think it's really worked out. I do wonder what we are going to do about Jesus, actually. That's another question. Um, you two made a great season, Sophie, just like the team. Alexa's exciting, but not on par with the master. I think Sanchez didn't have like. I kind of think we failed him in a way because I don't think the defence was good enough. Um, at that time. I think if he was in his team now, I reckon he could easily score like 30, 40 goals a season. But because he didn't have the defence, he had Ozil, but he didn't have the right players around him to, do well. So, yeah, I think we need a new Henri, don't we? I would take Ollie Watkins, to be honest. I love this comment. Me too. I loved him too. Jesus doesn't know where the goals. I do feel a bit worried about his confidence with Jesus. Like, I don't know what's happened. Like, is he all right? I don't know if it's to do with his injuries or things like that, but he's not the player he was, before his injury. Mbappe will win Champions League next season. Yeah, he's going to Madrid. He's going to win there, isn't he? Definitely. I don't think any of us are really shocked by that decision if it does ever come down to it. But yeah, I do feel like it's going to be good. The Champions League final obviously is coming up. I don't know who'd want to win. I just feel excited to watch it. I'm just as excited that it's not Arsenal. It's not going to be Arsenal. I think we kind of need a break from Arsenal, so it's going to be interesting to see how that does go as well. Um, but yeah, Mbappe will definitely go to Madrid, and it's going to be hard to compete with Madrid next year as well. Um, but I was just happy Man City got knocked out of the Champions League, to be honest with you guys. But I think a lot of us on here have got the thoughts of it's been a good season. It's a shame we've not gone, that step further and won it, but we do feel quite positive about how it has gone and our future ahead. So I think we can all, be happy with, how it's going for us at the club. I think next season is going to be a massive season for us. Definitely. If Haaland goes to Barcelona and Mbappe to Madrid, well, you know what? With Haaland, I do feel like he would probably leave in like a season or two. I don't think he'd stay in the Premier League for ages. I think, yeah, I reckon he's just here for, a short time, but a nice time. So he's not going to be here for ages. Um, but yeah, I do think it's going to be interesting to see, if Holland does ever leave, where we'd go to. But I definitely see Mbappe too. Not as exciting as last season, but a better season. I think last season we didn't expect to challenge for the league because the season before we tried to get top four and our aim was to get Champions League football last season. But I feel more positive about the season because, we kind of gave up towards the end of last season, and this season we obviously haven't done that. So it does show you that things are going in the right direction. There's a lot to be positive about. And yeah, I do feel really happy with our progress, definitely. And I'm excited to see who you'll bring in, and obviously, if we do bring any players in, or if any players do leave, I will be doing videos about transfers, all of that stuff. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap the stream up in a few moments. Thank you all so much, for tuning into this, chatting with me. It's been really fun to do this. As always, I will let you know when my next video will be out. Yeah, as I did say at the start, congratulations to Man City on obviously doing that. And Renee just says Holland will want to win more. Yeah, I think he's very hungry to win more in his career. So I do think he'll probably stay for maybe 2 more seasons. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. The only thing we can do is we both team up together in a title race. Yeah, that's all we can do right now for the future. But it's hard to beat Man City, isn't it? Because they're so good at the moment. But see you soon, Phil. I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend. Hope you all have a lovely rest of your weekend. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And please don't forget to smash the like button, do subscribe on the way out. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.